and we are live for another, and we'll get into the title in a little bit. We're here for another TNA NXT Aftershow, the Thursday Night Wars. A very somber Thursday Night Wars. We'll get into that later. But with me, very upset about the news, is our member in the mainstream media, Matt Carlins. It's going to be okay, Matt.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
It's going to be okay. So let's start with NXT, which was first. Matt, what is your one word for NXT?
Tag.
That is a good one. Base. Did you notice that the last two matches featured entrances with dubstep in it?
I noticed the one for the tag team that they created out of nothing.
Oh, and I think one of them got fired. So that's something. But they also had one for. They had a new one for Adrian Neville, which was very dubsteppy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. But I was watching two shows at once.
I mean, it was brand new, too, so it was like more of a... I guess they're turning him more into like a flying cyborg robot. Like, I don't know what the intro was about. If you want, you can go back and look at that intro for Adrian Neville. But yeah, the only match of note that I want to talk about is that main event.
You don't want to talk about your boy?
No.
Being the weak link in the
yeah, he's a weak. It's
the Mojo Rawley Bull Dempsey tag team explodes.
It's Mojo Rawley. Of course, he's going to be the weak link.
You know what? When I saw Bull Dempsey for the first time, live and in person, at the NXT arena, I thought to myself, I hate this guy. He doesn't do anything interesting. I never want to see him again. But ever since he started to beat up Mojo Rawley, I'm like, I think I kind of like him. Isn't it funny how it works like that?
Yeah.
All right, sorry for that tangent. Let's talk about the main event, because
the main event was awesome. Well, I think it was awesome.
The main event
was the world title with. Go ahead, I didn't mean to cut you off.
The main event featured perhaps the finest. I don't know if finest is the right description. Perhaps the most impressive and outlandish selling of a DDT I've ever seen in my life.
Oh God,
Adrian Neville.
Yeah.
Just defied physics.
Oh.
Just amazing.
He showed why his name is the man that gravity forgot right there.
Because he made gravity like invert or something like that on that move.
And at the end of the match, this is where. So my good was the match. My bad was the finish. The finish was Tyson Kidd came in, first threw Tyler Breeze out of the ring, attacked Adrian Neville, and then Tyler Breeze came back in the ring, attacked Tyson Kidd, and then Adrian Neville threw Tyson Kidd away, and then fought. No, he threw. See how confused I'm getting right now?
You
He threw
see,
out
so what
Tyler
it
Breeze,
was, what it
and then Tyler
was
Breeze
the
get
most
yeah.
blatant setup for a triple threat match you've ever seen in your life.
Oh no, not a triple threat. Because remember Sami Zayn also came in.
And what, pray tell, has Sami Zayn done to earn himself an NXT Championship match?
He's come close once or twice. Fans like him.
The fans like him.
Yeah.
You know what? It's worked for others, so I can't argue. Your logic is impenetrable, as always.
Plus, if Sami Zayn wins, Kevin Steen's right around the corner somewhere lurking.
That's right. You could play off that great history that every wrestling fan is so familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get in trouble with the robots, I think. But
the robots?
I'm sorry.
Oh. So Matt, I did my good and bad together. What about you? You have any good or bad things?
I always enjoy watching Sasha Banks. It's getting harder and harder to hide that every single week. Boss. And my bad is, I can't really think of anything like outwardly bad, but I tell you what,
Mojo Rawley.
No, because Mojo Rawley got wailed on at the end.
Mojo Rawley.
And Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, that's better.
But is there really anything bad about... It's pretty obvious that the Mojo Rawley train has come derailed. You know, I don't know how much longer he's got left here, Rizz. I mean, he's losing matches, you know, left and right. He's going to be future endeavored here within a month at this rate. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel awesome. But for me, he jumped the shark when Rob Gronkowski was a member of his family.
That was just too much.
That was too much.
The crowd was chanting "Thank you, Bull" when he was beating down Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley is pulling a Rocky Maivia here, and he completely alienated himself from the crowd with his blatant facedom.
This is where we find out if Mojo Rawley can turn heel. It works. It worked for Bo Dallas. It worked for CJ Parker. Mojo Rawley, I don't know if it can work. Maybe turn him into a Simon Dean character. I don't know. But for one thing, what's one thing you would change about NXT? Because I honestly can't think of anything besides the main event of the match. But that's just crazy.
You know what I would change? Here's what I would change. All right, it seems like every time the Vaudevillains do their entrance, the announcers have to snicker. The first thing they have to do after the Vaudevillains enter the arena, you know, they do the intro and it's like the Vaudevillains, and the announcers have to snicker, you know, as if it's a joke, you know. And I know it's not a serious gimmick, but you can't. I mean, the team is winning. They're progressing. You have to. You can't snicker at it.
There is a giant bear that on the Titantron.
But I mean,
because
that's their character, you have to find a way to rationalize why they're doing it. You have to help people understand that they're still a credible tag team. And when you snicker, you're
not really, and
you're kind of like, do you get it? Are you in on the joke? Do you get the joke? I mean, I'm like, don't snicker. I know it's funny. I really enjoy it. I think it's really funny. I don't think it's laugh out loud funny. It's just clever and fun.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get into the ring, they could still do interesting things. And by the way, next week, the Vaudevillains and the team of Big Cass and Enzo Amore will fight for Mad Mike's heart.
Now that we talked about NXT, this is going to be hard for us.
So many good memories.
TNA, it's not going away yet, but the Thursday Night Wars have ended.
What am I supposed to call EC3 now?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's going to be on Wednesdays now.
But I liked calling him Mr. Thursday Night.
It can be Mr. Wednesday Night.
It doesn't sound the same. It's not the same, Rizz.
It's okay. But yeah, Wednesday nights are not going to be TNA based. First of all, that is a pretty damn good idea. Because let's face it, they tried Monday night, they tried Thursday night. Neither of those
They
worked.
tried Saturday nights. They've tried Friday afternoons. They've tried Thursday nights on
Monday mornings.
No, what nights were the pay-per-views? So Wednesday nights were the pay-per-views?
Oh yeah, the weekly pay-per-views, yeah. But Wednesday night there's no football.
That is a good point.
There's no NXT, and I said this on the Twitters that this is where we find out what TNA is. Because now, instead of having half of a show to watch, most people who want to watch wrestling, and we watch wrestling, are going to tune into that. By the way, Matt McCarthy and
I got me so. I wanted to do it so bad.
But this show, one word, great.
Oh, so simple.
So simple.
Jail.
The only thing I like
Rockstar
about
Spud
that
is sharing a holding cell with a group of large men right now. In my kayfabe world.
And EC2, EC the second is running EC3's page, Twitter page right now.
And you should. And Ethan Carter III was live tweeting from the back of the squad car on his way down to the cell. And the last tweet was, like in all caps, "Don't take away my cell." It's gone. It just ends.
Oh, poor EC3.
Oh, man.
Oh, and EC3's password is password.
He's going to go and change it to password 1 now. So.
Yeah. So, my good thing, and this is going to be weird for me saying this because they're old and DNA's rehashing old things, and I've said main event before, but the main event, that tag match between the Team 3D, I almost call them Dudleys, and the Hardys.
No one's going to sue.
Yeah, I mean, we're allowed to call them the Hardys for some reason, but we can't say the Dudleys. But overall, that match was amazing.
It was really good.
For the little that I had going into that, all I had was, these guys were good back then, but they were still pretty good together.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy was
clicked
out of control in that match, man. He was flying out of all sorts of weird places.
Yeah. What was your one good thing?
I think I'm gonna go back to EC3. I really liked his work in the ring as he was being confronted by the police. I didn't remember exactly what he said, but he was just ranting like a maniac, and it was just totally on point. And I just
EC3
think it's amazing how comfortable he seems on the microphone when he's
EC3
still so relatively fresh to this kind of an environment.
EC3 is the one wrestler that I know WWE really wants back. Because they didn't give Derek Bateman a lick of talent.
No, and I think what's really amazing about EC3 is that he keeps getting dragged into these ridiculous storylines, but he has found this way to just rise above it all the time and just kind of keep himself credible, and it's just amazing the way he's able to work with just about everything they've thrown at him so far. They put him through the most ridiculous crap, and
They do.
he always seems to come out the other side fine, as much as we worry about him remaining undefeated.
He's undefeated.
Yeah. He's something else. And Spud was good tonight, too, so, I mean...
Spud's always good.
And Rhino's just there.
Rhino's
just there.
Yeah, Rhino's the third person. I will let you go
doing a fine
first
job of just being there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't want to take anything.
I will let you go first for your one bad thing.
You know what? That thing with the Cowboy and Sonata in the shed.
Oh God!
Which I think the shed was reused from the Search for Willow videos.
It probably was.
I think it's the same shed. That was ridiculous, and it didn't make a lick of sense.
No,
I don't understand.
The whole storyline with Sonata and James Storm doesn't make any sense, and that woodshed scene
He took him to the woodshed, Rizz.
made me feel very uncomfortable.
Yes.
My one bad thing, and this goes with something that the crowd chanted today. During the knockouts match, which was okay, they were chanting better than the Divas.
Mm-hmm.
Better than blank.
They chanted better than blank, or they chanted better than...
No.
Okay.
I'm saying, it's more towards, what the NXT fans chanted every time a power bomb is
right.
said, or is done. Although I do agree that match was good, comparing that to the Divas, not so good. Because the Divas have Eva Marie.
And
so
you
you're
can't
saying that you
teach
better
that.
Eva Marie. Have you seen that acting talent? But in all seriousness, the knockouts match wasn't something to write home about. Nor was the chanting of how great that was. You know how I know? Gail Kim won. And nobody gave a shit. I didn't hear any peeps in that arena. Yay! Okay. So that's my one thing that I would change.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, who ordered MVP to wrestle? He can't walk. He was on crutches.
Maybe he's faking it.
He was. I don't know. Also, I have another one though, and it makes me feel like Vince Russo is still in the building somehow. I think you know what I'm about to say. The Janice Bagwell in a pool match.
Janice Bagwell?
Yeah,
It's Stairway to Janice.
but still stupid.
It's not that bad.
It's a dumb name.
If it were... Now, you are unfairly dragging this into the on a pole
let's be
segment of
real
matches.
here.
It's not technically...
It's not,
if it were an on a pole match, the object would be to get Janice so that you are allowed to use it. But those are not the rules of the match. Janice is like a Money in the Bank briefcase or a championship title hanging above it. They are fighting for an inanimate... They are fighting for the love of an inanimate object, Rizz. And the winner will be the one who climbs the ladder and enable Janice will be like a title belt for them to win.
I think
Once they win.
They are allowed to use it on their opponent.
Well, I mean, once you have it, you'll have it. But my understanding is that the object of the match is to climb the ladder and retrieve Janice, and if you retrieve it, you have won. That will be the end of the match.
You know what should have been
it's like a ladder match. It's not an on-the-pole match.
Yeah, you know what should be the end of that feud?
What?
The one they had the second time. The Monsters Ball match. But no, it had to be something else.
Well, they had to take it to another level.
So have a ladder match for an inanimate object?
For the love of an inanimate object.
So it's like the Viagra match in WCW.
It's nothing like a Viagra match. I think you are still lumping this into the on a pole
I'm also
section of matches. It's a ladder match for a weapon. For possession.
I'm also hating this because it's Bram.
I think Bram has done a fine job. Bram's working hard. Bram's falling on thumbtacks.
Bram yells a lot.
Bram's saying crazy stuff at Abyss.
He's Bram.
Bram has made Magnus basically disappear.
That's a good thing.
Bram is a magician.
So before we go on a why I hate Bram rant, one more thing before we get out of here.
Oh wait, let me say my one thing that I would change. I'll make it real quick.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. We're gonna do that.
I'm gonna steal it from you. Don't let the wolves talk. They are guys that kick. They are not guys that talk.
They are horrible. That promo that was edited so badly was still very, 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 very bad. Davey Richards is the worst. Eddie Edwards is right there.
And I'm sorry, I still get them mixed up. Okay.
Davey Richards was the one in the back.
Davey Richards was the one who was struggling on the microphone. Which one was that?
Yes.
Davey Richards is the one that... Which one is that? Davey Richards is the one with the short hair.
Kicks.
Which one is that? I don't know how to tell these two apart.
Oh.
Thank God I am not a wrestling announcer, unlike one person that we both know. Otherwise, I would not be able to commentate their matches because I would get them mixed up like they're the freaking Usos.
Well, that got me on that one. So, today, on this last day of the Thursday Night Wars, who won the final battle?
TNA Impact won the final battle in a landslide. They dominated tonight.
Mm-hmm.
NXT has nothing for them, and as nice as it is to see them doing a tag team tournament on NXT, it is dragging that show down to the depths of hell, man. They're doing 2 tag matches a week, and it's killer right now. It's rough.
Oh, it's going to get better. It's going to get better because they already took out most of the jobbers. The Wesley Blakes and the Mojo Rawleys of the world.
Tournament. Why were the jobbers in the tournament?
Because they don't have that many tag teams.
Then make it then lop off a round.
I know that would have been better, but they had a week. They have weeks to fill, so
They
they're
they
filling
they
weeks.
built an extra round on that damn tournament just so they could stage a feud between Bull Dempsey and Mojo Rawley. That's the only reason there was an extra round on this tournament. There was no other purpose.
There is no other purpose than that. But there is other purposes that we do every Tuesday. If you want to catch us on the proper Wrestling Mayhem show every Tuesday at 9 o'clock at live.sorgatronmedia.com. We're on Stitcher, Spreaker, a whole bunch of other stuff. I see Sorg on the Q&As just flipping out and screaming at us.
What's he saying?
Why is it ending? My Thursday has little meaning. And then he commented on us about the sweet DDT flip.
Oh my goodness. There's a gift for that somewhere. We'll find it.
Yeah. Again,
I like that I can hear
you guys,
bad boys in the background right now.
Thank you guys for tuning in to us at the Thursday Night Wars and the Wrestling Mayhem show. We're gonna try to do it for Wednesday.
No.
We're not making any promises. But we might even do it on Thursday. I don't know. We might still do it on Thursday.
We're gonna not watch NXT. No, we're gonna watch. I don't know.
We're gonna watch NXT.
We're gonna watch last Thursday's NXT on the following Wednesday. We're gonna delude ourselves into thinking that it never really ended.
We're gonna confuse ourselves before we go out on one more hurrah. We're probably gonna talk about TNA on the Mayhem show proper.
Oh, that'd be a treat.
live.sorgatronmedia.com. If you want to send us emails about how much I am good at this, email the show at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. And
send us your favorite memory from the Thursday Night War.
Send us your favorite memory in email form. Send us your favorite memory in the comments below. Send us your favorite NXT TNA moment. It's up to you guys. And if you will
indulge me just one more time, Rizz, if you'll indulge me this just one more time, that I may plug this one thing, go to the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group and go find the link to my interview that I did this morning with Kurt Angle, and you will find it very interesting. 20-plus minutes.
With TNA Hall of Famer Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Chatting with Kurt Angle about all sorts of interesting stuff.
With that, thank you, Mr. Matt Carlins, for coming on today and other shows that took forever to do. Thank you, Mad Mike. Thank you, Eamon, wherever he is. Even Bobby F. J. Town, who's sometimes on here. Dustin was once on here. So thank you guys for coming. Hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday with a very, very, very short TNA after show, because we have to watch TNA now.
We have to.
We
have to? It was just when it's starting to get good. It's going away.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.